Well, there was only one person that I thought I should ask as to whether he is a total prat, and that is my former colleague and friend, Ann Widdecombe, former government minister, and, of course, star of Strictly. Good morning, Ann.
Morning to you, David.
Very lovely to see you. I feel we've been parted for far too long. Is he a complete prat?
Yes, is the answer to that. It wouldn't matter. I mean, we're in a time, of very serious strain and major events anyway. But even if we weren't, even if everything was going swimmingly, for an MP to take 4 weeks or up to 4 weeks or some weeks away from his constituents, who is going to do the job if one of them gets in contact with him about an emergency? Supposing in the present climate, a mother phones up and says that her electricity supply has been cut off and she's got children, and what should she do about it? There is no way that his staff will have the clout simply to pick up the phone to the electricity board and say, what the hell are you doing? And so he's actually just leaving his constituents high and dry for however many weeks it might be. Maybe he won't last long. Could be a couple of days. The other thing is, what do MPs pay for? They're paid to vote. To vote. How's he going to vote during all those weeks? He can't do his duty in the House of Commons.
So tell me, what is going through his head? Is it the fact that he now sees his ministerial career is at an end? He obviously was blanked by Rishi Sunak. He's decided, has he not, this is a way to make £400,000 or thereabouts, we're led to believe. And is this a way of him exiting?
It could be. I don't know. Nobody knows. We're all speculating that it could be. But if he is going to exit, as you put it, at the next election, then he may well be saying to himself, well, what am I going to do next? And this is an opportunity to build up a profile and to put some money in the piggy bank. I mean, presumably, I don't know his private circumstances, but he's presumably divorcing, and he's got children.
I mean, I think there are a number of things that I find very distasteful, and you are right, he is there, he is paid, £80,000 or thereabouts to look after his constituents. He should certainly not be paid that. Obviously, he's just written this book, Pandemic Diaries, where I think we're about to find out an awful lot of what went on, and many people are still very angry about the fact he was so pro-lockdown. Many small businesses suffered as a result of those draconian government policies, and this kind of just rubs their faces in it.
I think it's an extraordinarily insensitive thing to do, though, to be fair, I don't think any government got it completely right. And, we weren't prepared for that pandemic. We had to learn the lessons as we went along. But even so, I just don't... If this was recess, I would be taking a slightly different view, because I would say, well, all right, at least he's not meant to be voting in Parliament. But it's not recess. It's full session, and he's taking weeks off.
So one question, he's obviously been stripped of the whip, which means he sits as an independent, but do you think he should be deselected? Is there a way they should get rid of him?
That's entirely a matter for his constituents. Constituents can stay loyal to their MPs in all sorts of circumstances, because what you find is that when you do opinion polls, people think all MPs are sleazy, corrupt and useless. When it comes to their own MP, they usually sing the praises of him or her, because everybody knows somebody who's been helped by Matt Hancock. I mean, that's just a political fact of life. So that's got to be down to his constituents.
And, of course, the COVID-19 inquiry has begun, and my feeling is that Matt Hancock, it may not find very favourably for Matt Hancock. Do you think that plays a role in this?
I'm not certain that it does. I mean, he's always known that was coming. This doesn't obviate that. It doesn't give him a way out. Indeed, it could be very complex if he's suddenly called and he's in the jungle. So I doubt very much if that played into his decision, if that's what you're asking me. But, of course, with all that going on, people are going to be focused even more on the fact that he's not there.
I'm just deeply nervous, Anna, just a broader point about what it says about the calibre of politicians. You and I are very passionate about having people in there who really care, who want to make change, effect change. And I don't think this sends out the right signals about politicians in general.
No, it doesn't. And the brutal fact is, and I've been saying this now for a long time, the quality of MP has been declining for a long time. The quality of your average MP, you've still got some very good people, still got some appalling people, but your average MP, the quality's been going down. And a lot of it is to do with the fact that selections now worry about getting more women, more ethnics, more gay, whatever it may be, instead of merit. And I've seen that at work. I mean, I've actually seen that in a selection committee, saw it at work. What that means is once you lay aside merit as your sole criterion, or at any rate as one of your major criteria, that is what erodes the quality, and that's been going on for a very long time.
And do you think that's is that across party or just the Conservative Party?
Yes, no, that's absolutely cross-party. Labour have all-women shortlist, the Conservatives for a while had the A-list, both with exactly the same aim, to manipulate the composition of Parliament. It's not the composition we need to worry about, it's the quality.
Yeah, very well said indeed. Lovely to talk to you, Anne, as ever. That's Ann Widdecombe, who's a former government minister and Strictly starred.